heureux and heureux, happy. Bonjour à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien. In this video, we are going to see some general rules about feelings and so adjectives. So let's start. Just like colors, feelings are adjectives. And we know that adjectives are words used to describe nouns. Because French has feminine, masculine, and plural nouns, it is normal to have feminine, masculine, and plural adjectives. The adjectives always agree with the noun it qualifies. This means that if the noun is masculine singular, the adjective will be masculine singular too. If the noun is feminine singular, the adjective will be feminine singular too. And if the noun is plural, the adjective will be plural too. Adjectives are usually used with a conjugated form of the verb être, to be, especially feelings. Now, let's see the rules of feminine and masculine for the feelings. Like for nouns, feelings being adjectives have a masculine and a feminine version. The rules here are actually the same as for the masculine and the feminine of nouns. To have the feminine, we had a silent E at the end of the masculine, like content and contente, happy. As you can hear, just like for nouns, the consonant is silent at the end of the masculine, but we pronounce it for the feminine. Content and contente. If the masculine ends in E, the feminine uses the same word and the same pronunciation, so we do not add anything. Timide and timide, shy. If the masculine ends in E, accent aigu, we add a silent E at the end of it to form the feminine. The E accent aigu is still considered as a vowel, so the pronunciation between masculine and feminine is the same despite the extra E. Angoissé and angoissée, anxious. These are the rules seen for masculine and feminine of nouns. Adjectives have more rules for the masculine and feminine. These will be seen later. As we are concentrating on feelings and not adjectives strictly speaking, we are just going to see one more rule that applies to the masculine and the feminine of feelings. If the masculine ends in X, to have the feminine we will replace the X with SE. Jaloux and jalouse, jealous. The X is silent for the masculine because it is a consonant, and the feminine will end with the sound Z, even if the letters added are SE. The reason is that before the X, in the masculine, we will find the vowel U. And if you remember well, we saw that one S between two vowels is always pronounced Z. Jaloux and jalouse. Of course, we saw that some nouns have irregular feminine forms, and here with feelings it is just the same. Like inquiet and inquiète, where we add an accent grave on the E. Now, let's see the rules for plural. Plural can be applied to both masculine and feminine feelings, and so to adjectives. To turn things into plural, in French we usually add an S. The S is always silent. This means that we must write it down, but we can't pronounce it. Content and content, happy, or contente and contente, happy. If the masculine ends in X, the plural uses the same word and the same pronunciation, so we do not add an extra S. Heureux and heureux, happy. Very important, feelings can be followed by many prepositions or connective words depending on what you want to say. Like de, of, or about. Parce que, because. Par, about, by. À cause de, because of. Pour, for. Contre, against, or avec, with. These prepositions or connective words can be followed by many things too, like someone's name, an infinitive verb, so the non-conjugated form of the verb, an article and a noun, a possessive adjective and a noun. But you must remember to not use que to translate that. The reason is in French, feelings followed by que will trigger the subjunctive. You may have heard this word already. Subjunctive is a mood and it is something we will see later on. So remember, instead of saying I'm happy that you come, in French you will need to translate I'm happy because you are coming. Or instead of I'm upset that you are leaving, you will need in French to translate I'm upset because you are leaving. That's it for the rules about feelings. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. À bientôt!